Hey guys, welcome to Utah Jazz Franchise. This is episode number 34. We are in the off season after a, fairly successful 2016-17 year in which we did make the playoffs for the first time in a while for the Jazz, although the 8 seed was not the finish we would have liked, and a sweep to the Warriors, definitely not what we would have liked. Quick look at some player retirements. Kevin Garnett hangs them up, obviously. Paul Pierce calls it quits. Nazr Mohammed, Jason Terry, Andre Miller, Mike Miller retires, as well as Elton Brand and Meta World Peace. And a big loss for the Memphis Grizzlies as Zebo hangs them up. Zach Randolph, after 16 years at the age of 35, calls it quits. Richard Jefferson, former Jazzman, will leave the Cleveland Cavaliers, as well as Birdman. Manu Ginobili calls it quits for the Spurs as he will join Tim Duncan in retirement as the face of the San Antonio Spurs continues to change. Tayshaun Prince, Udonis Haslem, Steve Blake, Dante Jones, Louis Scola, and Pablo Prigioni all hang him up as you see the player retirements for the season. We head on to the Hall of Fame inductions. Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, and Paul Pierce all inducted into the Hall of Fame. I take it that Dirk Nowitzki retired too. I don't know why he wasn't listed there, because he is a Hall of Fame inductee, as well as his jersey number 41 retired by the Dallas Mavericks. Manu Ginobili's number 20 retired by the Spurs. KG's 21 retired by the Timberwolves, and Paul Pierce's number 34 retired by the Boston Celtics. All right, the NBA Draft Lottery. The Celtics and Kings, the highest chance to get the top two picks. The 14th pick goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. That is not a surprise. The Sixers with the 14th pick via the Los Angeles Lakers. The New Orleans Pelicans get the 13th pick, also not a surprise. With the 12th pick, the Dallas Mavericks have the best chance to get this pick, and they do. So Dallas will pick 12th. The Mavericks, we lost all 4 games to them last season. The Milwaukee Bucks have the best chance to get the 11th pick, and their ping pong ball pops out. Number 11, the Milwaukee Bucks. Second consecutive year the Bucks have been in the lottery. Charlotte Hornets, the best chance to get the 10th pick, and they do, so everything is going according to the percentages. The 9th pick should go to the Phoenix Suns, and it does, so it's all chalk so far. Phoenix Suns have never had a number 1 overall pick, as things are holding true to form. The Orlando Magic with the highest chance to get the 8th pick, and they don't. It's the Indiana Pacers, so that means the Orlando Magic have moved into the top 5. The 7th pick, highest chance is the Minnesota Timberwolves. The T-Wolves get the 7th pick. And the big question for the Timberwolves is the impending free agency of Karl Anthony Towns. With the 6th pick, the Washington Wizards should get that, but it goes to the Miami Heat, so the Wizards have also moved into the top 5 overall. So number 5, best chance to get it now would be the Washington Wizards, and it is the Denver Nuggets, so the Wizards move up into the top 4, and the Nuggets fall to number 5. The Wizards have the best chance now to get the number 4 pick, and they do. Washington will be number 4. So the top 3 is the Orlando Magic, the Sacramento Kings, or the Boston Celtics. The 3rd pick, best chance to get it would be the Orlando Magic, and it is the Boston Celtics. So the Celtics fall from the number 1 pick to the number 3 pick. In the lottery, they had the best chance to get the number 1 overall pick. So it's the Kings and the Magic, number 1 and 2. And number 2, the Magic have the best chance to get it, And they do. The Orlando Magic get the second pick, so that means that the Sacramento Kings will get the number 1 overall pick in this year's NBA draft. Sacramento is on the clock now as they can start evaluating players to go number 1. All right, Quinn Snyder's contract has expired, and I absolutely definitely want to re-sign Quinn Snyder as our head coach. We'll give him a 3-year, $3.9 million deal, something like that. We'll go 3 years, 3.9 mil. And we also have a assistant coach vacancy. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with a player who just retired here, who has ties to the state of Utah, in Andre Miller. Andre Miller, a former University of Utah standout, led the Utah Utes to the national championship where they fell to Kentucky. Or North Carolina, I can't remember which it was. It was either Kentucky or North Carolina, and the other one was in the Final Four. But anyway, we head into the draft. We've signed Quinn Snyder, and Andre Miller will be our assistant coach this year, coming back to the state of Utah. So, round 1, pick number 1 goes to the Sacramento Kings, and they select Darius Solomon from Duke University, a 6'2", 168-pound point guard for the Kings. Isaac Hooper goes number 2 to the Orlando Magic. He is a 6'9", 219-pound small forward from the Stanford Cardinal. The third pick in the draft goes to Wes Phelps. Phelps from Iowa, a 6'8", 245-pound small forward. And we have a trade. This is an ironic one. The Boston Celtics send Avery Bradley and Jay Crowder to the Washington Wizards in return for Marcin Gortat and this pick number 4. Moving on, pick number 5, the Denver Nuggets get Irvin Madison from Rutgers. Number 6, the Miami Heat get Brendan Dean from Syracuse University. So these guys, probably never heard of them. Well, probably you obviously have never heard of them, but as things go on in this next season, some of them are going to make impacts on their respective teams. Garrett Hale goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we have another trade where the Bucks send Chris Middleton and this pick to the Indiana Pacers, and the Bucks get this pick and select the guy you saw before there. Pick number 9 is Elton O'Brien from North Carolina. He goes to the Phoenix Suns. The 10th pick is DJ Washburn from Oregon. Now, our picks, we have 2 picks. We have a lot of picks in this draft. We have one at number 16 in the first round, one at number 29 in the first round. We see another trade. And with that trade, the Brooklyn Nets get the pick, and they select Frederick Wagner. The 12th pick, the Dallas Mavericks get Clyde Byers. The 13th pick, we also have a trade. The Bulls are going to receive that from the New Orleans Pelicans, along with Marco Bellinelli. And the Bulls are going to select, with the 13th pick, Corey Fletcher from Duke University, a 6'2" shooting guard, point guard. Another trade to announce. The Phoenix Suns send Tyson Chandler and a draft pick to the Lakers for this pick, in which they select Zach Thurmond from DePaul. And the Lakers trade away their next pick as well, along with Jordan Clarkson, to the Celtics to get this pick, where they select Herb Gray from the University of Wyoming Cowboys. And now we are up next after looking through all of the players available. I am not really enamored with any of them, so I am going to go ahead and trade the pick away to the Atlanta Hawks for the Hawks' next season unprotected first-round pick. So we will be cheering for the Atlanta Hawks to lose all season long this year. And with the 17th pick, the Raptors select Gerald Jackson from Utah State University, my alma mater, represented here in the draft. And we go ahead and fast forward now to the 29th pick, where the Utah Jazz, we select Gordon Wright from Duke University, a 7-foot center. Our second round, pick number 15, we select Quincy Flores from the University of Cincinnati. And with pick number 52, we're going to go ahead and trade it to the Indiana Pacers for Andor Mari, or Andor Mari, I think is how you say his name. So we pick up a small forward shooting guard from the Pacers, and with pick number 26 of the second round, we select Lou Jefferson from the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and we also have the final pick in the second round, so tons of draft picks here for us, and we select Chris Oliver from Washington State University, a 6'10 center. All right, we look at the options. We have several team options and one player option. Gordon Hayward has the player option, and he has declined the player option. And we exercise our options on Rodney Hood, Dante Exum, Raul Neto, and Trey Lyles. And we will let the 35-year-old veteran Boris Diaw walk, as well as Joel Bolomboy, the second-year player out of Weber State. We're going to go ahead and make a qualifying offer to Rudy Gobert, which means that we can match his restricted free agent contract that anybody else would offer him. And priority number one is to try to re-sign Gordon Hayward. He has opted out of the final year of his contract, so we are going to offer him a pretty big deal to see if he will come back and play for us, as well as Rudy Gobert and Joe Ingles. And all three of them will return to the Jazz, as they've already signed Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert, and Gordon Hayward. The offseason will continue in episode number 35 as we get into a little summer league action as we roll towards the 2017-18 season. If you like the video, if you like the series, Utah Jazz franchise, please subscribe, like, share, and stay tuned in to the remaining episodes that we will have coming out throughout the offseason, as the next season will start shortly here at Utah Jazz franchise. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks everybody for watching.